What's going on, everybody? Simulation 4 Nation here, and welcome to, I guess, Mod Review Monday here, really. We usually review maps, but because there aren't any good maps out today, we're going to have a look into a few mods that I've managed to find on King's Mods, and there's a few gems there, really. Always worth checking out there. If you're on PC, it's some great location. It is a great location to find many good mods. Some of them need a little bit of refinement perhaps there, but there's still some good mods in there. So we're going to have a look at two. One that falls into the category that needs a little bit more work, and the other one which is pretty darn neat as it is, actually. So let's have a look, see. We're looking at these two beasts today, and we're going to start with the tractor that immediately draws everyone's attention. It is the TW35 Ford. Now, this is a tractor that, you know, amongst many of my community there and across a large portion of the farming simulator population of users and players, they would love to see the Ford TW35 or even any of the T-Dubs arrive back in game. Of course, in FS17, I believe it was, that Matt XGS rolled out the T-Dub series, and it was an absolute barn burner. It was a storming success there. Will he bring this back? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see there. Of course, to bring it back as a Ford onto console there would be a little bit tricky, what with licensing issues, but you never know. I guess we'll wait and see. This is available on King's Mods at the moment. And it's not the worst. It's not. It needs a little bit of work up in places. It's okay from the outside. It looks okay from this perspective. There's a few things, a few tweaks it needs, but it's on the right path. If someone wants a TW that they can download, just use for external shots, you're almost there with this one. Let me tell you. So we'll have a bit of a look into this first of all, shall we? Like I said, it's available on King's Mods. It's by a creator called Roop. And he has been able to change over the UDIM textures. There are some tire configurations there. You can configure which, if you would like to have front fenders or not, and you can configure beacons as well. We jump on into the tractor. Fire it up there. It sounds... It doesn't sound too bad, actually. Now, there's a few things that you see inside here that I would love personally to see adjust. I'm going to stick it into a gear. Right now, first of all, none of there's no animation on any of the gear levers, so we'd love to see some of the crash box being changed there. And then also, as we drive forward there's no brake or throttle animation, or even clutch or anything. So that would be a nice adjustment to see. As I turn on the lights, none of the dash animations are reflecting this. Which would be another nice feature to have there. As we drive around now, you know, it's very much like a standard tractor. The interior doesn't look too bad at all from a texture or a modeling standpoint there. A lot better than many others that you'll see that are being pulled across there. So that's really good to see. And like I say, the external texture doesn't look all that bad either. One area that we could definitely see a little bit of a touch up is at the back end here. This looking a little bit bleak. The arms look like it could do with a little bit of a touch up there, as does that 3-point linkage. But again, it's not the worst. Coming on into the store here, and the medium tractors right along at the very end there, you'll see that it is fairly generic in terms of its configurable options. You can add 1 or 2 beacons on there. Like to see them on those little stalks at the back. That's always pretty cool to see. You can stick your front fenders on as well, and it does have some wheel configurations. However, no brand configuration, so perhaps that's something that we can always see added in there as well. Right now we are just rocking the Trelleborgs. Anyone who watches my channel knows, I don't know why, I just don't really like the Trelleborgs. That being said, these ones don't look the worst. They're slightly wider tires, but we'll keep them on anyway. Not a bad looking tractor there. All being said, you know, I think there's a little bit of refinement to do with it there, and I certainly think it could be a good option. It's under Lizard already, so perhaps maybe the author is angling to see it come towards Giant's mod up at some point. Guess we'll have to wait and see there. But for starting point, it's the very beginning. We've wanted a T-Dub for a while there. We can now there's been quite a few different models in the past that have appeared on different websites that have been very poor converts, but this by far and away is the standout for the moment. Now, of course, hopefully we'll see some more additions coming soon, and we'll be able to see an even better version coming up at some point in the future. I don't know if that'll ever come around, but we can keep our fingers crossed. It does sound quite good when you kill the engine there. So we're going to move on from this, and we're going to move across to this beautiful Danman sprayer. Let's have a look into this. Now, like I say, this is the Danman. This is the Danman track sprayer. As you can well see, it is a bit of a hybrid with the MB track powerhouse and carbon chassis there to a degree, with a sprayer bolted on as well. Now, This has been worked on and it's available on King Mods for PC at the moment. There are 4 different creators behind it. We got AGG Simon, we got Bremy456, DTP Mario, and Hannes as well. And they've done a really nice job with this, I have to say. First of all, just look at it. It's quite the unique spray. You don't see many of these around these days because they were originally from probably a good 20 years ago or so at this point, I would suggest. Beautiful spray, very well modeled, looking great across the board there. There's a lot of features that haven't been left out or forgotten about or overlooked even, so that's been great to see. And again, as we jump on into our cab, interior is looking very good indeed. And once again, if I start this up, first of all, you'll see the clutch is depressed to start up there. All the dials and the lights are on there to reflect what a starting sequence would look like. I'm going to stick, we're currently in neutral. I'm going to stick it into high 1. And as you'll see, as I move my gears around, changing gear with my Logitech shifter there, the gear stick is moving, which is great. So we've got reverse, we've got low 1, we got high 1, low 2, reverse, and high 2 as well. There you go, took some finding, but we got there. Lots of gears then, which is great. And then as I move through my ranges, you'll see these ones move around. I love to see that. That's just pure immersion. If I indicators come on. If I indicate the other way and put my hazard lights on, hazard lights come on. If I put all my lights on, the dash lights up there, and you get all the lights coming through as well, which is just brilliant. Put on my full beam and the full beam light comes on. It's just the little things for me, it really is. Anyway, as we have a drive around here, it doesn't sound too bad at all there. It's nice and agile as you expect a sprayer to be. One thing I do particularly like about this, have we got enough space to unfold the spray here? I think so. Let's just give ourselves a little bit more. We're currently slightly under a 24 meter working width, which for its day would have been huge. There's good, solid, strong looking boom there. Nice animation across the board on all of the hydraulic rams as well. As that folds out. Perfect. And now we can lower it down as well. Lower and raise. Wonderful stuff. Now what's particularly good about this model as well, if you come on into the store here, we're going to go on to our self-propelled crop protection. The configurable options for the color scheme is rather impressive. So first of all, you've got a few different options for tires there, a few slightly different tires on the Vidgestein, some slightly wider ones. Let's stick those guys on. But then you can start to really just go to town with this, really. You can change this all up, make it look a little bit more stealthy should you really feel like it, except for the bright yellow. And yeah, and really kind of configure it up to whatever you would like to do. Now we go black on the wheels. That's the only one, there you go. But yeah, lots of different options there, and they all look pretty darn good as well. Like I say, it's the attention to detail for things like this that I particularly enjoy, and this mod is without doubt really, really well detailed. So I'm hoping that we'll see this come to the mod hub at some point in the future. Ooh, look, there you go. That's cool. Little maker's mark on the MB track there. Love to see that. Yeah, very, very well made indeed. Lovely machine. Nice to get some different styles of self-propelled sprays in there. Look, quite often we just have the either converts from the very old machines there, or from the very old versions of FS, like the Amazon Pantera, or it's the slightly larger, more North American styled self-propelled machines. So this is a beautiful machine to have here, and I really do like it. And additionally as well, if you do use Simple IC, this is functioning with it now. So in this tractor will have both doors and also the sunroof are eligible to be opening through Simple IC. So if you have that enabled, you are in luck. But that's it. We're going to leave it here for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you want to check out both these mods, links will be down below in the description. For PC users, console users, hopefully we'll get to see something like this come to console in the future. Obviously with the TW, licensing may become a bit more of an issue there, but we can keep our fingers crossed. Until next time though, thank you very much for watching. I've been Simulation for the Nation. Hope you have enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.